Sometimes art is prophetic, and sometimes I don't know how to offset it. The words too authentic to constantly do what I do and augment it. Y'all talk a big game, can't tell if y'all meant it. If seconds turns to minutes, the ticking will tell all. Will you hold firm or steadily fall? Will you conform with the ways of the world, or will you give the world everything that you are? Make them fuckers move around you, kinda like sound do. Break out of everything that they had you bound to. You got knocked down, ho, get ready for round two. It's round two. Get ready for round two. Come back, run rap, run laps around these cats, jump back, kiss myself, still keeping me intact. Weird and black, they for that, hold up, steer it back. Weird and black, they revere that, yup, you hear that?
Turnstile, switch it up. Young nigga raised hard, he learned not to give a fuck. Young nigga came far, still never give enough. Coming with the flavor, delicious, so she lick it up. Bust down, stick it up, I put it down, so pick it up. Scud town, saviors, done some till he shift to musk. Stench so stank that the shit compare soft to us. Crud so dank, make your face smudge dripping, cuz club go shake when the bass gets to hitting ya. They ain't really hearing us, but they gon' feel something when the way is paved clear enough. I don't fear nothing but the fate that's God's real or not. Well, fuck it, got the world in my hands, and that's real enough. Fuck it, got the world in my hands, gold forms to touch. Might just spend it all one time to give it all to us. Yeah, give it all to us.
Yeah. This that hip-hop body rock, hardcore karate chop, neo-Nazi nasty, not feel it in my chest. How could you wear that name? Must be automatic shame. He's an automatic lame, heard it from the best. Fresh flow, let's go, plus I got a lot of heart. It's necessary when you dabble in this art. Grab canvas, paint picture, use them acrylics, paint a picture so vivid the people gotta feel it like the kava. Lyrics bear fruit like guava, words spilling out of my brain like lava. Spills out the top of a volcano, and they know that A right is not the one to play. No, I'm Kano in Mortal Kombat, cause the lyrics like blades. Aim it at your jugular when I'm on stage, until you heard me spit, homie, you ain't heard rage. On another chapter, so turn a turn. Okay, got that out my system. A right on another planet, dog, you must have missed them. When I do it how I do, it's of my own volition. Go make my destination even in the worst condition. My crew's the Blues Brothers, cause you know we on a mission. Eternity of roses I make bumping in your system. I mean, banging it, and I'm still hanging it. And I got a gang of wisdom, I got a gang of rhythms, I got a lot of soul. I found the pot of gold, I'm wrapping that shit up, gon' sell it to the globe. I got some game to give them, they don't really want, but they really need it. And I want you to succeed, I want you to be free. I want you to remove every obstacle from being what you truly wanna be. I truly wanna see, and I can only lead by example. So here's a sample from me, so get up.
the one drinking beer. I'm drinking water. 2 touchdowns a game? Yes, in the game.
You're tripping.
How high? No, high Super Bowl time.
I don't know what we're doing in that front office, man.
Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this. Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches. What is going on, folks? Welcome back to After Further Review. This is episode 172. I'm your co-host, Jalen Brown.
And I'm your wonderful, hated co-host, Malin Dennis.
And I'm your other great co-host, Nestor.
Not in Sarasota.
No, he's finally back in Hillsborough County.
Made the drive up. We're all in the studio.
Is it 2 hours?
My man.
Easy.
Gas
And-
went down a little bit. All of a
And
sudden
he took
makes the
advantage
drive
of it, right?
up.
He couldn't help himself.
There you go.
Our first half guest this week, possibly whole show guest, we've got G Smooth in the house.
Jeez.
What is going on?
What took me so long to get here?
I honestly
That's
don't know
what we've
because
been
we've been
wondering.
talking about this for a while. You
Right.
are the resident, even though this is your first time on the show, you have been the resident Chiefs
Right, in spirit.
in spirit for a long time.
Well, I need all the help I can get in the Tampa Bay area.
This comes from the Chiefs fan. Like,
Right,
like his
right.
Chiefs ain't just been whooping the shit out of everybody the last few years.
Right.
I don't want to say we whooping the shit. We ain't done that.
Well, y'all whooping shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sort of feels that way. You know, that's the impression. But
Not everybody can be the Patriots.
I don't want to hear that right now.
So if you're winning
Yeah.
2 Super Bowls in a few years, you
Yeah,
in there.
well, he's healing right now, healing with Patriots.
Right.
He's gonna be hurting for a long time.
Yeah, that's,
Gentlemen,
Hurting for-
let's open this show up.
He's got mayonnaise as his head coach. It's not even Hellman's, it's Kraft. It's gonna be good. Oh, good. Don't worry, you guys will be fine.
Folks, if you want to follow the show on, of course, Instagram, TikTok, it's right up there above us. Or if you want to watch us record this live every single Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, just click the first link down in your podcast description below, and you will be taken to the YouTube version of this episode. Click subscribe to the channel, and that way you can keep up with the stream and any new videos that are posted throughout the week. So be sure to do that. But with that being said, we can hop into the first topic of the week, which is a recap of the divisional round, at least to some degree. And we are, of course, with G here on the show. We're going to start off with the Chiefs and Bills. 27-24 was the final score. G, we're going to start with you, my man. What do you think was the biggest reason that Buffalo lost this game?
I feel the reason the Buffalo Bills lost is that they just couldn't make the big throw down the field. You know, the quarterback himself, he's their running back. We know how Allen wrote, how he runs. You know, we know how he works. But if he can't get down the field with his receivers, stretch out the defense, they don't have a chance. Although they have a great running back, Cook. But it would have taken more than just Cook to cook us. Okay, we was able to keep them under control, keep them kind of, locked in, everything in front of us, our defense, and that helped us out in the long run. And the officials didn't penalize us for stupid calls. That helped out too. The zebras were friendly to us.
This man's going to the AFC Championship game, and he's still in his feelings about that call.
Oh gosh.
Ain't none of us still alive.
Right.
But it's like, you know what?
The
Go ahead with
politics in.
that offensive offsides call. You
Oh gosh.
still mad about
Gosh. I'm itching right now.
it. Still mad about it.
Nestor, what did you think was the biggest reason the Bills lost?
Well, the Chiefs were able to stop the Bills. The Bills couldn't stop the Chiefs. They couldn't stop Pacheco for shit. I mean, Pacheco was bullying that defense. On the other side, James Cook, he kind of started great, but then he started fading thanks to that defense. The Diggs, man, I've said it all season. This man, oh my God, it's just been a roller coaster down. There was one play where Allen had him. He missed completely. He didn't time it right, or I don't know what happened there. That was a clear play that he should have made. But yeah, the Bills they got stopped. No, it doesn't matter if Allen can run the ball, into the end zone and get a touchdown. They need more than that. I do think that the Bills have something now that the fans can say that Allen did look like that guy that can get him across to a Super Bowl, but he still just doesn't have those important pieces. And I criticize Allen a lot, but he still doesn't have those pieces that he needs, or at least he needs most of the team to be healthy for that to happen. But yeah, man, give the Chiefs credit because defense and offense, they went crazy that game.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to come around and say, I don't know that Josh Allen is ever going to go to a Super Bowl with Buffalo.
Phillip Rivers.
I don't know if it's going to happen. Yeah, I think he could be the next Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Where you have your shots, right? But whether I kind of feel like when it comes to Josh Allen, there's always going to be a Tom Brady or a Peyton Manning standing in his way. And right now, there's three people. There's Patrick Mahomes, there's Burrow, and there's Lamar Jackson right now. And this team just can't figure it out. Like, how does Josh Allen be the leading rusher for that team in a playoff game? How does Cook, who'd been cooking for most of the second half, get nothing? Now, respect to the Chiefs' defense. I know they're really good. But you also, Stephon Diggs, 3 catches, 21 yards.
It's horrible.
I saw a meme that someone put out there from that year that the Bills first lost to the Chiefs. And someone put a picture out there of Stephon Diggs standing out on the field watching them celebrate and said, this man has been standing in the same place for 3 years. That is just...
Right.
Very
appropriate.
That's just where we are with this Bills team, right?
They're stuck.
Like, at some point, you have to either be able to get over the hump or get off the train. And they have not been able to get over the hump. They are stuck in this vicious cycle where they cannot get past Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Steve Young had to do it with the Cowboys back in the early 90s with Troy Aikman. He finally was able to do it one year. All the greats that have had to fight through, it never took them this long. And so now you got to look at McDermott. McDermott's the coach, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, fire his ass.
Yeah.
Not only fire him, but you're far enough north to where we can do some Salem witch trials and we can just burn his ass at the stake. Like, I don't think he even needs to have the opportunity to go to another team because he's burning the best years of Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen right now. So go ahead and burn him, but you need yourself an offensive-minded coach. You got to be able to fight fire with fire, and they're not able to do it. And I know that this man is wearing a Miami Heat hat, but he's only like 10 days away from his Miami Dolphins dreams being shattered. I actually say like 21 because he jumped off the bandwagon a while ago during the regular season. I don't think he ever actually thought they were going to do anything, even though we had some hope. Tyreek Hill is probably filling out Valentine's Day cards to Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid saying, I'm so sorry that I left you, man, because you guys are doing all this shit, and here I am I got the sun, but I ain't got no more rings. So I don't know, man. I just don't think the Bills are going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
I think they're done. I think they're going to have to rebuild around him, and when you rebuild around someone like Allen, you're going to lose Stephon Diggs. If Diggs is in that locker room come training camp, he's making a shiv with a toothbrush, and he's going to stab Josh Allen. 3 catches, 21 yards. He's gonna stab his white ass.
Right.
He doesn't catch the ball though. He's always covered.
But on 3 targets,
But it's
He doesn't
so
catch it.
but not only is he so he's targeted a lot, but Josh Allen overthrows him so many times. I don't understand how these two have gotten off the same page so much over the last 2 years.
yeah,
They should know each other pretty well. That their timing should be right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because Kincaid, Shakir, like all those guys.
right.
But there's a disconnect between these two.
Yeah.
There is, and I think it comes with Diggs. I think Diggs is just mad.
He's a personality, seemingly, of course.
Most wide receivers are.
Right, but it's different from
Negative
like
way.
Gabe Davis,
Yeah.
who doesn't seem to have the same.
He's more like a Randy Moss,
Right.
less than Chad Johnson. Ocho Cinco, sorry.
Yeah.
But no, he definitely feels, which is weird because he came from Minnesota,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, you had Keenum throwing you the ball to even just get to the NFC Championship game. So you want Case Keenum back instead of Josh Allen? Let's remember where you came from, man. You hated Kirk Cousins. So I mean, he needs to settle down a little bit. But if I was if I had to play in Buffalo, I'd be pissed too. And the next day they build ain't even a fucking dome. What are we? You got a bunch of volunteers out there shoveling shit for 2 weeks, and then you lose the fucking game. Whatever. I don't know.
I put most of this on Sean McDermott. This was such a poorly coached game for them that, like you guys are saying, why wasn't Diggs getting the ball more? Like, you've got to set up something just to get the ball in his hands, even just in the flat, just something quick.
yeah, short routes. Yeah.
Just so that you can get some kind of momentum going between them. So the fact that that didn't happen was odd. But the biggest strange thing was that fake punt that
What
they
was
attempted.
That was horrible.
Wasn't DeMar Hamlin the person they attempted
Yeah,
that with?
you ran the heart dead guy out there.
Made no
The man died on the field a year ago, and you got him running the ball.
Best. That was their best.
Right. That was your
That was their best.
your card up your sleeve. Like,
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad they didn't make it because I could not stomach
Who are you talking to?
any more news about DeMar Hamlin. If he'd have made that first down, they'd have given his ass the MVP. He'd have won the MVP.
He would have the Nobel
I'm
Peace
like-
Prize, sir.
Yeah, he
Nobel
did.
Peace Prize.
He'd have been.
Medal of Honor.
Yes.
He'd have been Nelson Mandela. Who? No, I've heard enough of DeMar Hamlin with his not
Yeah.
being able to play ass. He's lucky he damn near died on the field because if that had happened in his apartment, it's an apartment because he's not that rich. Then he would have died.
Some Buffalo
So
stuff.
he had some real ass people go in there and save his life. So
Quick
then we had to
response,
deal
yes.
with it. We had to deal with it. Oh my God, the new DeMar Hamlin
All
at
the
the
t-shirts
stadium.
printed.
I guarantee you, out of the 53 people on that starting roster, 37 people didn't even know who the fuck he was last year. So they can. I am so glad he didn't get that first down.
They probably couldn't spell jinx. I don't think they
Fuck it. We just,
okay.
There we
I have
go.
sound now. Good. I'm good.
yeah. The Buffalo Bills. Like, how could you
guys have
not
missed a
win
thing.
a Super Bowl with Jim Kelly, Andre Reed, Thurman Thomas all in? I mean, he had 4 chances.
All these Hall of Famers.
And you lost to the NFC East
Yeah.
all 4 times.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Well,
There we go. We're back. What'd you do, Nestor?
and Nestor didn't do anything. I don't know why
I
that
don't-
happened.
I don't believe you.
Sabotage.
Always blame the Dolphins, man.
Ravens fan. Undercover.
Now that would
Let's.
be.
Before we move on to the next topic, G had sent me this video from Glory Days when we were there at Arrowhead South, and you were getting that side of the room all pumped up. And I have it saved if you guys want to see this.
Yes, I want to see
Play
this.
it. I play it. Yeah, please.
I want to see
I'm gonna
this.
play it on the
Show it
TV
to the
back
world.
here.
Yes.
All right.
So I'll have it here so the viewers can see it, of course. But I'm gonna make
You
sure
know,
that
when we were at the
call me,
Tampa, when we were at the Tampa Philly game, I had the whole section going na 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 hey hey hey. Good. I caught more middle fingers from Eagles fans during that game.
turn this.
What the fuck? is
Actually, I
she
caught
wearing?
one. I caught one at the Glory Days, but I deleted it.
What is this person doing? This is
She
so
is our
fancy.
Kansas City showgirl of
This is-
1951.
This is so. This is so Kansas City. Yeah, she's so good.
AARP, Kansas City cheerleader, sir. I woke them up. They were just dormant. And then I walked in there and I started pep them up, rile the crowd. I'm the hype man.
Jalen,
The hype man of Glory Days.
Jalen.
I got it.
Can't.
What's going on?
No, because you and I had this conversation.
That guy, he brings his little.
Jalen,
two-year-old
you and I had a conversation, and you want to show me that video and tell me that I can't. That
No, just be nice.
they're all white. I'm not.
You got that right,
You,
man.
you don't want me. You want to have that time, and then you show me that they're all from a flyover state.
They're all
They were quiet because they dreaming about corn. That's what they doing. What do we?
We're not in
They
Kansas
need
anymore.
they need somebody like you.
I had to hype him up.
Yeah.
Wake
I'm
him up
sorry.
a bit.
I'm going to
I had to
hell.
stir the pot up.
No, Jalen's stirring the pot because
We'll move on before it gets stirred any further.
that is not my fault.
Let's go to the other 2 games. We're really not going to talk about the Baltimore game because there wasn't too much
that
there.
was an ass whooping.
Right. But San Francisco and Detroit, they both advanced. Let's start with the San Francisco and Green Bay game because that was an interesting one. I really thought that the Packers, they had me fooled. I thought they could pull it off, but they did not. Just any general thoughts on the 49ers and the way that they struggled against Green Bay in that game?
Go ahead, G.
Well, I didn't watch much of the game. I was at an event, so I peeped over, and there was a little television on the left side, left corner of the wall, and I looked at the score, and I'm like, oh wow, it's like a 10-7 game or 7-6 game. And from that point, I'm thinking, okay, where is all this offense from the 49ers? So that told me right away that the defense of the Packers, they were solid, solid on the road, in a big game. So Packers definitely had an opportunity to win.
Yeah.
Obviously Jordan Love, he's learning. He's surpassed all expectations. I didn't think they would go that far. So they can't be too down on themselves. I think the 49ers should be scratching their heads. wondering why didn't we, blow out this team? What was the problem? Why did it take for Jordan Love to throw a pick, which could have tied the game? Why did we play that close? Why was it that close? I think that's what they have to be asking themselves on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Fran.
Well, I think there's two things. One, I think this might be the biggest goddamn remote I've ever seen in my life. This is insane.
It's a lot of buttons.
What the hell are we doing? I kind of feel like this remote has more computing power than the Apollo 11 module. That's insane. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, I don't think this is indicative of what San Francisco is going to do on Sunday, because I feel like San Francisco was just taking the Packers lightly. I think this might have been a little bit of a case of overlooking your opponent, and just kind of feeling like, well, we're talented enough to beat anybody. And so, I mean, there's great teams that do that, and I hate that San Francisco is so goddamn good. If we could nuke that city, I would do it in a heartbeat. I don't like any of it. They're not even. I'm not even talking about San Francisco. Fuck San Francisco, and keep the Golden Gate Bridge. They're in Santa Clara, so just go ahead and
Just a
drop
little
it.
further.
But I don't feel like anybody realizes that as much MVP notice that Brock Purdy's been getting, that Jordan Love had 36 touchdowns this year to Brock Purdy's 33. That man, he turned it on the second half of the year. Mm-hmm. And it really pissed me off that he did that, because I was like, you son of a bitch, out there in Cheese City, you went Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. Right. He was supposed to suck.
Right.
He's not. No NFL team gets to have three, right? Like three, you get three. Woo. You had one for 20 years, so that's basically two. The Niners had Joe Montana and Steve Young, right?
None.
You had Dan Marino
30, 40.
and Dante Culpepper. Love you. But
Could have had Breeze.
But the possibility of three,
Yeah, it's crazy.
if the three happens, if he really,
Right.
oh my God, how? It's Wisconsin.
It's something about the cheese.
Nobody, never mind the fact that Milwaukee is the drunkest city in America. It's proven by fact that it is. You're in Wisconsin. What are we in? Not only Wisconsin, you're in Green Bay. You don't even have an owner. You have a bunch of poor ass people drinking beer and selling parking passes on their lawns that feel like they own something because they have a certificate on a wall. I don't even understand the life in Green Bay, but you have the possibility to have three quarterbacks? Stop it. Just stop.
Living it up.
Just stop it.
Go ahead, Nestor.
Yeah, I mean, they probably could have won the game, but maybe there was a lack of experience there. I still think Jordan Love and those wide receivers, they have a great future ahead, because Romeo Doubs, I think his name Wicks, and then Reed, those guys are ballers. So I think they have a bright future. They could have won that game, but maybe they could have, stopped McCaffrey a little bit more,
Yeah.
But it was a close game, and I think we're headed into that conversation now. But I think I wonder if Detroit can stop the Niners the way Green Bay did, and that's going to be the big difference maker. Because otherwise, the Niners are going to win. I would love to see Detroit go to the Super Bowl, not the Niners.
I would love that too.
Right.
So much. And also, can we just talk
Me
about this
too.
one second? How does Green Bay keep drafting these wide receivers?
Oh, that's
What is-
ridiculous.
A bunch of no names.
Right.
And they can catch.
And they all can.
The tight end is good
You,
too.
you start with Sterling Sharp.
Musgrave is good.
You start
Right,
with
Musgrave can
Sterling
play.
Sharp with a knee injury. You go Freeman, right? You got Jennings. You got James. You got
All can catch.
wait who Who was the white boy 87? What was his name? The best
Oh,
fade route. What was his name?
It's on the tip
It
of my
wasn't
tongue.
McCaffrey.
And no,
It
right.
wasn't, but
Yeah,
it was
the shaved
something-
head.
Okay, I forget him.
Oh,
but then
my
you got
goodness, it'll
Dobbs.
bother me.
You got because he was probably Aaron Rodgers' best target. How do they keep drafting the wide receivers? Everybody in like the 3rd and 4th round that they keep drafting that end up being great. That help make these quarterbacks great. I'm really mad that I can't think of his name, Dylan. You need to find out his name. His number 87. I know that. He won 1 Super Bowl.
Nelson something or something. Nelson.
No, it wasn't Nelson Cruz. Nelson something, but he was number 87, and he was. I only know him because when you're white.
Jordy Nelson.
Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, Jordy
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Jordy Nelson.
Because he was one of those that like when he catches the ball, you're like, yes, go.
Right.
And he was one of those that when you're white and you're watching a wide receiver, you're like that was a hard run. That was a lot of effort. I mean, it's been 40 years since I seen a white guy play cornerback, but Jordy Nelson was the last great. Well, now we got Nakua and Cup, but they can't stay healthy and they're both in LA. Man, I guess Nakua is technically Hawaiian, but whatever. Light skinned enough.
You'll take it.
I'll take him. And listen, you're damn right I'm taking him with the thing that what's his name? He's on my team.
All right.
When we did and that wasn't me, but he's definitely on my squad. But yeah, so Jordy Nelson was the man. But these Packers, they can draft some quarterbacks
find a
and some
way.
wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I definitely want the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. Fuck the 49ers.
Yeah, on the other side of this, we did have Detroit winning against Tampa, and that was also very interesting coming down to the wire there. Tampa just kind of hung in it for the whole time, and I'm not sure if anybody actually thought that Tampa would pull that one out, but Detroit held on and were able to advance. The problem now is as they go up against a team that can actually play even better defense than Tampa can. Do you really think that the Lions have a legit shot at getting to the Super Bowl over San Francisco?
I don't know. I like the Lions' running attack. I mean, hell, they beat us, in the first game of the season.
Oh, that's right.
The running back, what's Saint something? What's his
I'm thinking St. Brown, that's the receiver.
receiver?
But,
Okay, well,
is it Gibbs?
They beat us so bad he looked like
Or
he was running
Montgomery.
back. Okay, but they seem to have a good running attack. But they protect Goff, and Goff is not a runner. He's a pocket passer, but he seems to be able to make things happen just in enough time, to throw the ball downfield. So I'm thinking that they'll be able to hold up a little just against the pass rush against the 49ers and make a game out of it. That's just my opinion on that. West Coast opinion.
Yeah, their offense is good. Like they've shown it. Like they got Gibbs, who can he's so fast, and then they got Montgomery, who's just a workhorse. Goff is good. He's playing a lot better now. Like he's only been improving, getting better. You got St. Brown, of course. You got Laporta. And didn't they sign another tight end?
Well, they just got Zach Ertz.
Oh, Zach. Okay, they got Zach Ertz.
They get
Really?
Zach Ertz.
He's
Yeah,
good.
they signed him this week.
So like,
I forgot he got. I forgot he got let go in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Sign on with a contender. I didn't know he was going to wait that long to sign on with a contender.
Right.
But it's like I'll wait till the Final Four, and then one of you bitches will get lucky.
yeah, like the offense can go off. The problem is, can you stop? You should be able to stop Purdy because he's predictable, but that defense has been really questionable at times. So that's going to be the big, question mark. Because if they can stop Purdy, they might have a good shot.
But do people think that Green Bay's defense is that much better than Detroit's?
That's true.
I mean, maybe marginally, right?
Right.
I mean, I love Hutchison though.
Yeah, he's the guy.
I love him.
Watch out for Hutch.
And so if you're asking me, like, do I think that Detroit can do some damage? Listen, we're doing the Rider Done 5. I'll make my pick later. I'm not sure I'm putting money on Detroit. There's a lot of will and a lot of love, and I want to, fuck San Francisco. I don't like you because I'm a Seahawks fan. So, boop, red button. But, I mean, I think Jared Goff is only the 5th quarterback in the NFL to take 2 different teams to a conference championship game. Everybody else has done it, has won a Super Bowl. He's the only one that hadn't done it. I think they're talented enough on offense. I think that San Francisco, if they don't learn from the way they played with Green Bay, if they still think, oh, we're just the best, right? Maybe it could be more interesting than people think. I mean, if Detroit makes the Super Bowl, buy whatever car you need now because Detroit's just going to burn them all. Like, the whole city is going down. Everybody's going to be drinking water from Flint. It's going to be a madhouse. This is how zombies start, is if Detroit makes the Super Bowl. It would just be wild, man. I mean, if you're a sports fan, you've been waiting for this your entire life. Just like people that are baseball fans were waiting their entire lives to see somebody like the Red Sox and the Cubs to make the World Series. Like seeing the possibility of a Detroit. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on.
I mean, we are in the last days.
Yes. Clearly.
It's only a matter of time.
Looking at my life, I definitely am.
The weather patterns are just ridiculous.
Yeah, Detroit. I was super impressed with them, and just the fact that like these past few years they've really built up towards this. Like the pieces that they've added, like getting Penei Sewell and Aiden Hutchinson, and then bringing in Dan Campbell. Like all those little moves that most of us, like in the offseason when they traded away DeAndre Swift to the Eagles, everybody was like, what are they doing? Like, this is a joke. And they're just killing it now. So, I mean, I've got to give them their flowers.
Well, and they also lived up to the hype, though, right?
Absolutely.
Because everyone thought that, this is going to be a team in the NFC after the way they finished last year.
Right.
But we were all killing them when they hired Dan Campbell.
Yeah, when Campbell first got there.
Yeah.
With good reason. You can't go into your introductory press conference talking about biting kneecaps.
Right.
Sir, come on. And not think you're going to get some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, they lived up to the hype.
Right.
They did it. And my Seahawks did beat them week 2. Just saying, we were one of them 4 losses. We were one of those 4 losses. Gino, baby.
So, that'll do it for the recap. But we're going to get into the news for the week, and we're going to start off with some big news that just happened a little while ago. But the Chargers are hiring Jim Harbaugh to come be their head coach, and that's that. We can finally settle down on the Harbaugh talk and where he's landing, because now we finally know. But I guess my question to you guys is, how much of a impact do you think he'll make as the new head coach?
Well, I said it pre-show. I think 3 years they're going to be in the Super Bowl. I don't like Harbaugh, but like
You're
I said,
familiar
man,
with him.
you go top 3 with Stanford of all places, and you win the Orange Bowl. And then you go to the 49ers, and you take them to a Super Bowl, 3 straight NFC Championship games. And then you go to Michigan. It took a little while to get over the Ohio State, thing, but then you beat them 3 years, 3 straight Big 10 championships. You finally win the national title. Yeah, you're probably cheating a little bit. And so we all know that you're going to go to the NFL. We all knew it, just like Carroll went to the NFL with Seattle. So I'm not going to hate him for that. But him with that roster, Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
3 years. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but in 3 years they'll be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree with that timeline, because they have to get a lot of things straightened out.
Yeah.
I mean, they have tall receivers, but they're never
healthy.
Both on the field at the same time. They could be 10 foot tall, but if they're injured, I mean, what's the point?
Yeah.
So they still have a few things to work out. That AFC West, The Chiefs would always run away with it, but now it's a little more competitive with the Raiders. It's not going to be easy for anyone in the AFC West moving forward, even after this season.
Especially for the Raiders.
Broncos were making a move, but then they fell back. So it's gonna be up for grabs. And I'm saying this because the last 8 years the Chiefs have dominated the division, but now I'm skeptical going to the upcoming season. It's up for grabs now. I don't see anybody running away with that division, and that's just how I feel. And it's strange talking about trying to figure out how we're going to win the division next year, because I never had to worry about that.
Right.
It was always an automatic. Give us the AFC West crown. Okay, let's move on to the playoffs. But now, looking at where Kansas City is now, it's going to be some work and it's going to be some struggle to just win the West.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel. So,
Nestor, how about you?
I think he'll be able to answer Junebug's question whether Justin Herbert is a good quarterback or not.
Right.
The other thing is, good for them, because when they started this season, they looked like a good team. They lost to my Dolphins, but I think just barely. So it's going to be fun to see them. I just wonder if the organization itself can get out of the way and let this man do his thing. That's going to be important and vital for them. But I do see them in the Super Bowl or getting pretty far with Jim. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It seems like in the next few years they should be right in the mix. This does not seem like when Sean Payton came to the Broncos and it was kind of like, we'll see kind of a deal. This seems like, all right, this dude knows what he's doing and that quarterback is that good,
Right.
that they should be there shortly. But like you said, it is kind of a matter of if the front office is not just consistently getting in his way and putting hurdles there. But I would imagine that, they have a lot of success there. I will say for the Chiefs' sake, I wouldn't really worry about Vegas. They don't seem to be going anywhere. Denver, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with them come next year.
I don't think they're keeping Russ, so.
Right. So I wouldn't really worry about that too much either. So if all you're really competing with is just LA, there's still that wild card spot. So either way, I feel like both of those teams are locking up a title in a wild card spot.
I'm not even a Chiefs fan, but I think this is the worst we're going to see the Chiefs in the regular season.
Probably.
As long as
I
Andy
hope that you're
Reid,
right.
As
Right.
long
I
as
hope that
Andy
you're right.
Reid is the head coach.
Yeah.
As long as Andy Reid's the head coach, I think this is the worst we're going to see them in the regular season.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of talent, and you still won the division.
Right.
Like,
well, that means that the division is a very good division.
and what was his name? McTony?
Oh,
McRib? What was his name?
Kadarius.
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 McDarius Tony.
Oh gosh.
I mean, you withstood all those drop passes.
I'm having
Teenagers still here.
flashbacks.
I
now.
mean-
Sir, I'm sweating now, sir.
Yeah, y'all could have been 14-3
Oh gosh, sir.
without Tony out there.
Get me a cold drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sweating. I'm sweating right now.
Anytime I saw that man line up, I was like, I don't know why Mahomes still
Somebody
throwing
needs
the damn
therapy
ball.
on that. Yeah. I look back at Kadarius. Kadarius did great wonders in Super Bowl 57. Great wonders. Punt return. He won the game for us in Super Bowl last year.
That was it.
Very modest guy. He didn't want to come out and say he did it, but he did it. But I think that we just had a bunch of forgiveness on him. And,
Too much forgiveness.
and we were thinking about what he did for us in the past, and not what have you done lately.
I mean, I can think of two games that man lost the Chiefs.
Oh gosh, sir.
They'd have been
Sir, I'm sweating so
13-4
much, I'm losing it right now.
without Kadarius Tony
I'm
on
losing
the
weight right now.
roster. Two
Okay.
games.
I'm sweating this much.
2 games. I don't know. All right, let's
Let's
Yeah.
stay in the present, sir.
we don't need to worry about that.
Another coaching hire, Brian Callahan will probably be the Titans' new head coach.
That's funny.
So he was the OC for the Bengals
Yeah.
for the past few years. And most people, including myself, not very familiar with this man.
I think he worked at Walmart, didn't he?
Yeah, it was part-time.
Assistant manager.
Yeah, but coaching vacancy was there in Tennessee, and he decided to come on in and take over. So
Does Tennessee have Josh Burrow?
they do have Joe Burrow, yes.
No, does Tennessee have Joe Burrow?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, they do not. They have.
Do they have Jamar Chase?
They do not.
Do they have Higgins?
They do not.
Do they got Boyd?
No.
Do they got Joe Mixon?
Hell no.
Who the fuck is this guy? But it doesn't matter who the offensive coordinator is for that squad when you got those people. They're going to make you look good. You out there with Bicep Levis and Derrick Henry. I'm not even sure he's going to be on the
It
team.
doesn't seem like he'll be there.
Who's your wide receiver? Do they have wide
He
receiver?
still has D-Hop still there.
D-Hop is there?
D-Hop and John Doe.
Okay. I remember when Marvin Harrison was in the league too, and that was
Me too.
cute. So I kind of feel like D-Hop and him are the same. Past his prime. What are we doing? His hair is longer than the years that he has left in the league with D-Hop. Arizona wasted the best years he had.
Right.
And so did Deshaun.
Well, D-Hop is a
Deshaun
sideline.
Watson.
He's a sideline specialist, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not gonna burn you with a long one. No, I mean deep bomb threat. No, he's a sideline specialist.
Biggest thing that messed up D-Hop's career was Deshaun Watson's massage therapy that had to go on. Because then he had to go to Kyler Murray.
That was the beginning of the end.
Little midget Xbox playing. But anyway, so no, I don't think that it's going to be great.
Oh gosh.
I don't know,
Height
man.
challenge, sir. Height challenge.
Yeah, height challenge. There's a lot of
Politically
people with a height
correct, sir.
challenge. No, I can't say midget. They told me I can't say midget, so I gotta say little person.
Yeah, little person challenge.
Little person.
LPC.
I really don't like the dwarves though. The ones with the little fingers.
Oh, wow.
The shifty things.
I think about the Wizard
They
of
make
Oz.
me
Every time you
nervous.
say the dwarfs, I think about the Wizard of Oz.
Like damn hobbits with the big ass feet.
Yeah.
That makes me uncomfortable. But anyway, so back to the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
Yeah, well, they were undefeated, and this team is not going undefeated.
Forget about the Titans.
They wish they had Denzel Washington coaching this team. So I don't know. It's not going to happen, man. This team is sunk.
Yeah, it doesn't seem
And
like
Derrick
it
Henry
going
has so
anywhere.
much talent, you know. It's,
Yeah.
it's a
So
shame
much.
to watch an athlete like that to be stuck on a team that's not going anywhere.
He'll probably be gone after a year.
Yeah.
That's the sad part, you know.
So yeah, Bicep Levis, the bust.
Hey, man. We'll see what happens there. Moving into the NBA here. Yesterday, the Bucks fired Adrian Griffin after getting the team to a number 2 seed in the NBA and deciding that he was no longer needed there, that came out of complete left field for me.
That was weird.
I was like, wow. But apparently, locker room was not feeling him too much. And as soon as Giannis said that he didn't really buy into him, apparently they just get rid of him. So, which does make sense, but just very strange. Doc Rivers, though, is apparently coming in as the new head
He is.
coach. So
They still won't win anything. It's fine.
Doc just went from coaching the current, I think, 3 seed in the NBA last year to now the 2 seed. Little, just a bump for him.
But can we stop with Doc Rivers being great
Yeah.
and a character guy? I mean, he won a championship with the original Big Three in Boston. We know this. We love this. With
Right.
Garnett and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen.
I remember.
I remember.
Good old days.
I remember Paul Pierce being carried off the court in the finals before LeBron James ever got carried off the court against San Antonio, and no one ever gave Pierce shit about it. Came out there like he was playing for the goddamn Knicks in the '70s. So yeah, it was the most talented team back in 2008. That team should have won more championships if Doc Rivers was a better coach.
I agree.
And then he goes to the Clippers. Really?
Shit.
With Griffin,
And CP3.
and CP3,
DeAndre
and
Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan, like that squad should have done things. And then you had Philly. So how
Yeah.
many?
It's crazy.
What do we? I
What's
don't
it
know.
going to take?
Yeah, and it's like,
Like there are still people in the NBA that think that Doc Rivers is a better coach than Eric Spoelstra, and that's ridiculous.
right, that's
That is so asinine and stupid.
unbelievable. Yeah.
So stupid. So I still don't think they're gonna do much. I think it's kind of funny that the Greek freak is like, I don't like you, so be gone. I didn't know he had it in him. I think Dame was like, I didn't go from Portland to this cold ass place in Milwaukee
Right.
to not do what I'm doing now. So hey, Greek, get rid of this guy. I think that's what happened because Dame was like, it is time
right.
for us to try something else. Because he's in Milwaukee now. That's
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who chooses to go to Milwaukee?
You were there for business purposes
Who
only.
chooses
Or
to
just to
stay
drink beer.
there?
Or
But
just
the
to
beer's
do-
not even that great in Milwaukee. I mean, it is the drunkest city in America.
Yeah.
But you're talking Milwaukee? What are we doing? Drinking Coors Light? What are we
Dame should have went
we
to the
doing?
Heat. Just saying.
to do? What? Lose?
Would have had a better coach.
Y'all so damn bad.
Where was Milwaukee last
What?
season? Where did they go?
I don't know.
They went home.
They went home
They
to the
did go
Heat.
home.
to the Heat.
They sure did.
did.
And now that they have Doc Rivers, I see a very similar path coming
Very
their
similar.
way.
Yeah,
That was
it's
just
a better, it's a better view in Miami too. So
Yeah, at least you can lose in nice
And
weather.
I like Doc.
have fun.
I loved Doc when we won the
Right.
finals, man.
But
But we should have won more.
yes,
And
absolutely.
he should have won it with the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
It maybe not win the finals, but go to the finals.
Yeah, you would think so.
And he should have been
yeah,
like a contender in the East
Right.
instead of a pretender in the East,
And
like he was in Philly.
At every stop, he had those just choke moments, like
Yeah.
with the Clippers
In the playoffs.
when they were in the Western Conference Finals against San Antonio, and they just fell apart.
Yeah.
With the Sixers, they fell apart multiple times. That was just absolutely embarrassing. The past like 2 or 3 years. I don't see how Milwaukee is able to go with this. I mean, they went from Budenholzer to Griffin here, now to Doc Rivers. It's like, like what are you trying to get to? Because none of these guys seem to have the championship pedigree that you're really looking for. So, hey, good as a Celtics fan. It's like, all right,
I'm glad.
not to Miami fans. You guys know, no
guys-
problem.
You guys do you. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Let's get into the next. Speaking of the Heat,
The Heat are like Harry Potter living under the stairs without any magical powers.
just a normal
what
kid,
the-
just an orphan kid.
Just a normal kid that's just living under there. Meanwhile, we got 2 bedrooms up there. Just chilling.
oh gosh.
I'm sorry, Nestor. I'm an asshole.
Speaking of the Heat,
all right, we have Tyler Hero.
right?
Can't get worse.
They traded Kyle Lowry away for Terry Rozier and a 2027 first round pick, a protected first round pick. So now Scary Terry is a member of the Heat. He's, I'm sure he's thanking his lucky stars to be out of Charlotte and onto a playoff team. Yeah, Nestor, what'd you think about getting a new starting point guard?
I like it. We have more firepower now on offense, and it'll take some pressure off of the great Bam Adebayo. Because man, he gets on fire sometimes. So it's good to get some pressure off of him and Tyler Hero.
Him and Hero.
But
Hero should have stayed in the bubble.
I hope
Never should have left Disney.
We should have given him to Boston.
Never should have left Disney. That was the height.
I hope
Hero ball.
come playoff time, he accompanies my boy Jimmy Buckets to take him to the finals, and hopefully we'll lose, but then as always, but it'll motivate the locker room and the organization so we can get better, because
Crazy thing
great
about
start
Miami.
bringing in
Jimmy Butler showed up to like media day dress like a woman more attractive than most of the ladies that
Dress up
show
as
up
Evanescence.
in that arena in Miami. I don't know. Most of them people. Well, I mean, they're all
What
fake,
color was his nails?
but they're all fake, man.
Oh, his nails were
They're all
fake?
fake. No, not
Oh,
his
okay.
nails. They're
Okay.
them. They ladies. There's more. There is more plastic
Oh, you took the word right
in
out
the
of my mouth, my
stands in
Plastic.
Miami
You got it. A lot of plastic
than there is a
surgery. Rich.
recycling plant, people.
Yes.
Yeah, we're cooked.
There
Get the
are.
hell out of here. Are you
There
serious?
is.
We're cooked.
There
Are you
is.
serious?
Yeah.
that
there.
Photoshop, sir?
No,
No,
that
it's
is
real.
real. He showed up to media day like
The
that.
hell?
There is
We're
more. There
What the
is.
hell?
There
Where's
is
Dennis
more.
Rodman? Where's Dennis Rodman?
There is more plastic in Miami seats
you
for a Heat
serious?
game than there is a Solo Cup factory. All right, people. So yeah,
I miss
Jimmy.
LeBron.
Jimmy showed up. Just down.
No,
I was like,
that's not- that
damn,
wasn't
Jimmy.
That's Jemiah.
Jemiah, yes, Jemiah.
Jemiah.
Jemiah Butler. Jemiah Buckets is
Yes.
what we're gonna call her now.
Jemiah.
Jemiah Buckets.
Jemiah. Sinead.
She should go play in the WNBA, man. She carried the shit out of some people.
Average 70 points a game.
Carried the shit out of some people. She, I mean, we already got men in every other women's sport. Why not?
He's acting
We
out.
out there swimming with them. We're boxing with them. We're MMA with them. Let's go ahead and
He's
let's go
acting
ahead and
out.
just throw one of them
Because
in
his
there.
dad, Michael Jordan, was never there, and
Jemiah Butler. I love it.
All right, let's move on
We're not going to hell or anything. My feet are
to the
warm,
last-
people.
a bit of news here. So this is random, but last night or night before, the Blazers were in a close game against the Thunder, and Brogdon, with the Blazers had the lead, Brogdon's bringing up the ball. The Thunder double team him, and he travels, and
Which is a foul.
right. Chauncey Billups was out of his mind, pissed at the refs because he was trying to call a timeout, and the refs did not hear him or see him call a timeout, so they never gave it to him. And then he got ejected because he kept talking, and then the Thunder won the game. But now the Blazers are protesting to the NBA
This is such a Blazers thing.
that
Heard about that.
the refs cost them this game, which I didn't even know that you could officially do that. But
You can, but it's you only do it as a small market team. For a team that's not going to go anywhere.
because you have nothing better to do.
And did anyone else have to be reminded that Chauncey Billups is the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers? Like, sir, you cannot bring the thuggery of Detroit to Portland. You can't. You can't do it. You can't try to fight the refs. And Rasheed Wallace is no longer in Portland. He's not trying to choke out Carlissimo anymore. Like you can't. They got rid of the bad boys and that. Like you're. I know you're from Detroit, but damn, dude. No. Like if you're trying to call a timeout, call a fucking timeout.
Right.
Like take off a shoe and throw it at somebody. I don't care. But he traveled.
He did.
Like, it's legitimate.
What frustrates me is that Brogdon himself, he could have called a timeout, and instead he fumbled around and then he traveled.
Yeah, he
and then
fucked around and
Billups,
found out.
I don't know why he was so mad because the ref's back is to him, so he can't see you, and obviously he can't hear you. So it's like, what do you think was going to happen?
Anyway.
Like your own player should be the one calling the timeout because that's who the ref can see right now.
Be man at the epileptic out there on the court traveling the fucking ball. Like, be mad at him, not the ref. That man had a goddamn seizure. We all saw it. This fucking Parkinson's out there. Michael J. Fox out there dribbling the fucking basketball. And he wants to be mad at him.
But also, they were up. Like after they turned over the ball, they could have been like, "All right, let's come on. We got to lock down here." Nope.
But
They came-
well, you don't
they
got
came
your
right
coach
there.
no more.
And
So
they
he
didn't know what
ain't
to
drawing
do.
no
They
goddamn
didn't
plays.
know what to do anymore, and that
So-
was that. So
God damn it, Billups.
that's just.
Didn't even know he was a coach.
You'll probably forget right after this, and you'll never
I
think
was
about
probably
it
getting
again.
fired.
Right.
Why? I can't. Dang it! I'm sorry.
let's go
move
to a
on.
break.
Let's move on.
Just be yourself.
I
That's
can't. No, I can't. I already had this conversation with Jalen. I can't do this anymore. I get in trouble for it. I can't
We're
do
gonna
it.
go to a break. When we come back on the other side, we will have G Money with us. G, are you sticking around for the second half?
Yes, sir. I will.
Damn
Okay.
right.
We go. So we'll have G Smooth and G Money in the house. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Hey. Yeah. Hey. On my way to the boat, like I ain't just had on a coat when I landed. Out branded, perched at the edge of the branches. They don't wanna talk mansions, mine look like a campus. And I'm all about my brothers like the niggas I'm sampling. I'll leave you red shirted like the twins from Kansas. Really living my dreams I used to have in my aunt's crib.
Who do you guys think is having the best NBA season right now as a point guard? Now we're gonna discount Luka and like SGA because they're not like true point guards. We're going with Dame, Brunson, De'Aaron Fox, Halliburton, Maxey, and Donovan Mitchell. Honestly, if you're commenting anybody outside of the 6 guys, save your time. Halliburton and Maxey are kind of the 2 trendy picks right now, but I have to go with Donovan Mitchell. He's got the Cleveland Cavs to the 4 seed in the East right now. Halliburton has gotten the Pacers to, I think, they're the 7 seed right now. Obviously, he's out for the time being. They just got Siakam, so I would imagine that they move up in the ranks a little bit, but I can't see them being a higher seed than the Cavs when it comes down to the postseason. And pretty much all those other dudes have a lot of help. I mean, Brunson, I would say, is right next to Mitchell because he's gotten the Knicks in a pretty good spot right now. But the Cavs roster, most people can't name more than 2 people on Cleveland's team. Cleveland's roster is just slightly better than Indiana's roster. So for Donovan Mitchell, a dude who does not have an Embiid or Giannis around him to help carry the team, Spider Mitchell, he's doing his thing there in Cleveland. And I think right now, the amount of points he's averaging and the assists he's grabbing, the boards he's getting, I think he's the best point guard in the NBA. But let me know, who do you think it is?
I think it's going to be about a 36 to 14 game. Tampa didn't play good last week.
I'm going to say it's probably going to be like a 32, 17, 18 game.
It's going to be close. Depends. It's not going to rain anymore. So I'm going to go with we're going to win by 10.
I'll be honest, I think a lot of Eagles fans are nervous right now. I think it's going to be a close game. This is the Julio Jones night. This is the night where we find out what Julio Jones has left in the tank.
You're basically saying Devontae Smith ain't shit.
You know who's going to score tonight? Turn around. That's who's going to score. Yeah.
I think it's going to be 21-24 Bucks. Jalen doesn't have A.J. Brown. He's going to throw the ball to Devontae, but
Bucks going to win it 27-23. Baker's going to drive it last minute, score a touchdown, take the lead, win the game.
All right, so he still thinks Baker plays at Oklahoma. Go ahead.
24-21 Birds, and I only think we win by 3 because AJ's out, Devontae's hurt, Jalen's hurt. We run the football, we win by 3. We go destroy the Lions when AJ comes back.
28-17, Eagles all
Did
day.
you know AFR is also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts? Click the first link in the description below to listen to the most recent episode of the show.
He won the chip.
Right. You want to see what his trophy
He whooped my ass. For
look at the unwrapped. Look at this bad boy.
That's tight.
Like we got some.
Very nice. A couple of bad drafts, but you know, the waiver wire.
Yeah, man.
You were
He was
clutch.
on it. Yeah.
Like Think Taylor for being friends without him. Let's go for the repeat.
We do a sports podcast. Okay. And I can't help but notice that somebody is wearing an inside-out Dak jersey.
You know what? It's just a coincidence.
Explain what is happening right now.
The forecast was for rain. I didn't want the rain to fall on the outside.
That's all it is?
Because I love Dak. He's the best quarterback in the league. Big Mike's the best coach ever. Dallas's D is awesome. Yesterday was just unlucky. We won the coin toss. It was a Cowboys win. It was all about the coin toss.
Let's talk defense. You're wearing the Cardinals hat. You don't get a say. Dan Quinn. I don't want him as my coach.
Oh, he's gonna be though.
I don't want him to be.
I heard a stat today. Green Bay has won more playoff games at AT&T Stadium than Dallas. Do you know if that's true?
It probably is.
I heard.
So you still love that?
No. Mike's gotta go. Big Mike's gotta go. Dan Quinn's gotta go. Jerry's gotta rip this shit up.
Who do you want to replace Dak then?
Don't say Russell Wilson.
I was gonna just ask you, would you trade Russell Wilson straight up for Dak?
No!
I wouldn't either now.
You went Browns to Bills?
No, I was a Buffalo fan and a Cleveland fan.
No.
They were in different leagues when I was
So, well, they were all in the AFC. Oh, okay. Fuck the Bucks! Awesome! Go fucking Eagles! Fuck you!
Hold on, ramparts we watch of the free. We celebrate Dr. Who's legacy.
I hate you so much. Alright, kill with the sniper. There is so much man on man happening right now.
You're feeling good, man.
I ain't worried, man. I'm gonna tell him the truth. We not worried. We go score in this drive.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield for game. His name is Baker Mayfield. Oh, okay. The nigga got 8.
All right, boys, as we reach the mid-season mark for the NBA, who is your current MVP for the NBA? For me, I gotta go with SGA, man. He is number 4 on the leading points per game for the NBA. And with the Thunder at the number 2 seed in the West right now, that's really impressive. When you look at the cast that the Thunder have, most people aren't really familiar with a lot of the Thunder's players outside of him and Chet Holmgren. But when you look at guys like Joel Embiid, everybody's pretty familiar with the talent that the Sixers have. You know, Tyrese Maxey doing his thing and Tobias Harris, all those guys. But SGA has really carried the Thunder to that 2 seed in the West right now. Great at scoring. I think he's the best finisher in the entire NBA. And he's great at getting dudes involved. So even when he's hot, he's still dropping dimes to the dudes around him. I think that he is right now, at this point, the most valuable player.
Remember to follow the show on TikTok and Instagram at @FA Sports. Now back to your favorite show on the internet with your hosts, Jaylon, Malon, Nestor, and G Money.
Back to the show, folks. Your favorite show on the internet. G Money. What's going on?
Jalen, you know, there is no place I would rather be on a Wednesday night than playing, talking football, talking basketball with you all. And G Smooth, you keep it going, man.
I don't know about you, G Money, but I'd rather be in the Sky Suites right now in Vegas doing this show.
What's this here? Who does this remind
Mate.
you of? Who does this on the football field?
Oh, that's
Come on.
Kelsey, isn't it?
Come on, red jersey. Come on.
Is that Kelsey?
1-5. Come on, 1-5.
Oh, that Mahomes does that?
Come on, come on, come on.
Mahomes?
It's Mahomes.
He does that. Yeah.
Kadarius.
That?
Oh, it's not KT.
I mean, if you,
T-Swift.
hey, if I was having to go home to Mahomes' wife too, I'd be having to pump some shit up also. I'm just, God damn it.
Remember, folks, this is all on the internet.
Getting set up.
Anybody can access the internet. Just throwing it out there.
I mean, I don't know. If anyone ever seen Beetlejuice,
If anybody
they
ever
walk
wants to
around
ruin
like a
our
giant
lives.
fucking nose. That's Brittany Mahomes right there. Just a big ass. Look like a fucking stork out there.
But she looks better now. Now she's.
I'm glad this is out there.
Taylor. She's buddy with Taylor now. She looks a little
I
better.
mean, everybody looks ugly compared to Taylor, but she looks a little bit more normal. With his sexual assaulting brother not attached to his hip, she looks a little bit better.
That's another show. Okay, let's do some community comments here.
Sorry.
So this is the segment of the show where we read through some comments and give some feedback as to what was said from the past week on TikTok and Instagram. So if you guys want to follow us on either one, it's always right at the top there at AFR Sports. But we're going to start off with, I asked who the people think the current NBA MVP is. And hold on, let me just go here real quick. So I picked SGA.
Stop it.
What?
He's a Thunder.
And?
They all need to die. Okay. The man drove the van into the building like 20 years too early.
Let's start with Nestor's comment on Instagram. He says,
I
Jimmy
forgot about that.
Jimmy buckets when he gets fired up in the playoffs and takes the Heat again to the finals. A man can dream. DJ says a lot of people sleeping on SGA. He is my current also. KP or Kendrick Perkins here. He says Joker easy. Where there was a dude on here that must have deleted his comment because he was saying there was somebody else, and I don't know who you were, but he basically was like, "You're glazing SGA. Embiid's the clear MVP." And then I called him out on like, "Well, you're glazing Embiid," and then he was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter anyway because the game is rigged." And that's just the dumbest thing. People are like, the game is like, it's like, why are you watching it then if the game is rigged? Why are you commenting if the game is rigged? Like what?
So can I ask why you think this son of a bitch from the Thunder wearing the dumbest fucking uniforms the NBA has ever seen, stolen from Seattle,
right.
Why this guy is your MVP favorite over Embiid that just dropped 70?
Well, he does, of course, bolster his argument for MVP now that he just dropped 70 points.
You're damn right he does.
But what SGA is doing points-wise and assist-wise is just absolutely ridiculous. Like,
You know who else did that for all the years and never won anything? Westbrook. Same team.
It's not like Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, it's less than that.
'Cause-
So why is he the
No,
MVP?
it's more because the Thunder are the second best team in the West. When Westbrook was doing it, they were like the 8th seed,
No.
7th seed. They were never that good.
He was doing stuff even when they had Durant.
When
That's
he
what
had
they-
Durant.
That's what they are. They're never winning it. Stop it.
The
Gross.
Thunder feel pretty good right now.
No,
I'm not
they-
gonna lie.
No, they're more Flash of the Lightning than they're actually Thunder right now.
We'll see because they still need to prove themselves in the postseason, of course.
The
but
Thunder are out there just fucking the Lightning from Tampa Bay and the hockey team. You got some cheeks smacking between the basketball team and the hockey team. No, to me it has to be Embiid right now, and I do think that what we have right now is a lot of people are going to say that it's not Embiid because he won it last year, right?
Right.
But then they didn't do anything in the playoffs. But that didn't stop the NBA from doing that with Joker for how many years. And so if he keeps up doing what he's doing, and especially after that 70-point game, like going into the All-Star break, I think that the voters at the end of the day, they never go new guy. They go
Usually,
go what's comfortable.
Right.
And so that's why I think it's going to be Embiid. Now, SGA, yes, my hatred for Oklahoma City and wanting all of them to die beside the point. And not, I just want to make clear, it's not just the basketball team; it's the whole area.
Specific.
I do think he is playing really good ball. Like he's playing really good ball.
Yeah.
Like you're noticing Oklahoma City right now. Partly because of him and a couple other lanky ass people that are playing basketball on that team. But I hate him. I can't stand him. I can't get with him. And I hope there's a lot of ankle injuries.
Stop.
I'm never gonna root for that team, man. I don't want a single good thing to happen to that franchise. They stole my Sonic.
It is fair coming from you.
That rich ass white man stole the Sonics from me. And I don't got the Sonics anymore. So
I remember the Sonics.
he remembers the Sonics.
Yeah.
It's a faint memory.
He said that like, man, I remember going to Area 51 back in '78, baby.
Because I hate
Back in
I hate the color green, so that's why I remember.
Damn.
See, I don't like.
But you can't think that Oklahoma City Thunder have a better jersey than the Sonics did. The Sonics is at least clean. Sean Kemp, Gary Payton.
I don't know, man.
Come on, man.
Avocado, too avocado.
To avocado. We're not in California. We're not eating avocado toast.
It's like forest green and gold and white. Yeah, Jack Sikma, Gus Williams, downtown Freddie Brown. I mean,
who's that player?
come on now.
Who was the guy that had like 15 like baby mamas?
Is that Sean Kemp?
Sean Kemp. That's it.
That's Sean Kemp.
Rain Man.
Oh, yeah.
Damn right.
Remember him?
What is going on right now?
That man was he was dunking more than baskets.
Yeah, but I want to
Sean
ask.
Kemp.
Spaced out, and all I heard was 15 baby mama.
Yeah, 15 baby mamas. But I'm wondering, out of all them kids, did any of those kids make it to the NBA?
No.
No.
Probably took mom jeans more than him.
What a failure.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next video.
Back
here.
to the league.
So I also made a video on Monday, and I basically was just getting on the Bills for losing that game, and also telling people to stop betting against the Chiefs, because I don't know if you guys remember, but last offseason I said I was not betting against the Chiefs anymore, and so far they have not made me very angry in that pick. So, but the comments were Junebug, shout out to Junebug. Ravens versus 49ers. Bills messed up. Couldn't score in the red zone. Caroline said Super Bowl, KC Chiefs, and Detroit Lions. Joshua says it's okay. Let people keep doubting Kansas City. They do every year, and we see how that ends every time. Mike says go different. Chiefs are a different breed in the playoffs. Go Chiefs. TK Tropical says they haven't played a great team yet. Ravens, we don't want Chiefs to win. America is tired of them and Taylor Swift. Vegas doesn't want Chiefs either. I feel like the Vegas does want the Chiefs, but
Oh yeah. Vegas wants Taylor Swift
Thank you.
involved in
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They want to sell out every single room they've got there for like 10 times what it's worth.
So bad.
It's all about money. It's all about money.
Roger Goodell has posters of Taylor Swift in his office right now.
Can we have Taylor Swift after you guys are done?
Can you come to South Beach?
Taking my talents to South Beach.
He's like, we got to her. She's 4 feet taller than him, but we can make some magic happen.
They've got platform shoes in Miami. Sunflower 66030 says, "Go Chiefs" from a born and bred KC girl. Oops says, I don't bet against the Chiefs anymore. Someone says, who Kansas City play? Miami and Buffalo?
Oh, okay.
This is such a stupid argument.
Like two of the best like 6 teams in the NFL.
It's just too random.
Who have they played?
Right.
What do we?
Listen, we played.
What's his moniker? What's his name?
KJSJ.
KJSJ. Okay.
It doesn't have a photo.
There's nothing meaningful about you because you don't even like your own name enough to put it out there. Your parents are embarrassed.
That sounds like a disease.
It does, actually.
A virus.
KJ. I did Ebor last night.
KJSJ.
Somebody got that KJSJ. That sounds worse than COVID.
It does.
And as soon as not going to cure that.
Kevin Hart's about to do a video about the KJ.
At least put a number behind it, you know.
Yeah, damn.
You know.
Last few here. Kelly Taylor says, why did the Bills fake punt to Hamlin, of all people?
Hamlin asking that same question, I believe, after that play.
Darth Ramsden says, Chiefs dynasty is upon us all. John Bennett says, Chiefs are losing to the Ravens anyway. It's part of the script. Here we go again. The Lost Broken Soul says, the same old Buffalo Bills that went to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost them all.
The jinx. The curse.
Matthew McDonald says, once the Steelers were out, I started rooting for the Chiefs. And then last but not least, M says, I'm spending praying every free moment each weekday I'm out work that a giant cartoon piano falls and crushes Pat Mahomes.
God damn.
So it's at work.
He went coyote and roadrunner on his ass.
He drinking too much Haterade. Too much Haterade, sir.
God. That's hurtful.
Wow.
What did he do to you?
Wow.
Every moment you're not doing something at work.
And then someone replied to him and says, I think you have salty NFL fan syndrome.
Well, he's got something salty. Yeah. That man don't got no life. He microwaves dinners and is playing on like a Nintendo GameCube or something. Not even online. He's so sad.
That man doesn't have cable.
Don't got internet either. Well, he probably does because he's out here posting and shit.
Wow.
Library Wi-Fi.
Library Wi-Fi.
Library Wi-Fi.
Last video, I asked who is the best point guard in the NBA right now. And I pretty much put it between...
Want everybody to say SGA is what you want.
I did not include him or Luka because I don't think they're true point guards. But Halliburton, Maxey, Dame, Brunson, Mitchell, and I think that was it. Between those 6 guys. He's not having as good as years these other guys, so I didn't really include him in that. But I picked Donovan Mitchell. Caleb says Halliburton easy.
Out of those people, I'd probably say Halliburton.
I like Halliburton.
WEUS says Dame and Brunson.
You out of your goddamn mind if you're saying Dame.
Chris.
And Brunson's the Nick. He's going to fuck it up.
Chris Crown and Shield says, I genuinely think Donovan Mitchell is playing a good year. Yeah. Roscoe says Halliburton hands down.
Okay, I can't do Halliburton anymore. A guy named Roscoe.
Chris replied to him and said, Halliburton is not good.
Okay, well, that person is an idiot. Because he is good.
And then and somebody else questioned him, and he said, Tyrese Halliburton is a mid-point guard, sir.
I mean,
he needs to be blocked.
Okay. What was that guy's name?
Chris Crown and Shield. He's a
Crown and
49ers
Shield?
fan.
Oh, well, I mean.
Chris Clown.
Okay, so I know I said earlier that I wanted Santa Clara to be new, but we can go ahead and move it over a little bit. We're going to move it over into the Bay.
Don't get rid of Alcatraz, sir.
I've been to Alcatraz. It's a nice place. I'll get rid of it, though.
I can tell.
God damn. Okay. I was there as a visitor.
Oh, okay. I was checking a tattoo on you.
I was there as a visitor.
The unique tattoos.
I mean, yeah, some of those tats look like prison tats.
I know. I was checking that out, bro. I'm like, he had a lot of time to put that on him. A lot of time to invest in that.
This man over here looking at my arm, looking for a name that says "I like dick" on it.
Wow.
Prison.
A lot of time invested into the tattoos. Okay, cool.
Hey, Jalen did most of them.
Right.
Oh, he came to visit you. Okay.
God bless him.
I've been to Alcatraz too, actually.
Yeah,
we've all
been to Alcatraz.
Yes, we all been to Alcatraz.
You been to Alcatraz too?
Yes, I did.
Look at that.
Bunch of goddamn heathens over here. Yet I'm the only one getting shit. Everybody else visited, but I was the inmate.
I know.
The only thing I remember is all the flies. There was 2 fine ass girls.
There's some fine ass girls and a bunch of flies.
That was a cool place.
Yeah.
I'm going to Alcatraz.
I went there in the summer and it was like really, really cold.
Just want to point out that everybody said that I was the only inmate. Yeah. I get in trouble talking about this. Yeah.
It's all good.
Let's get into the best segment on the show.
Rehabilitation. It works.
The Ride or Die at 5.
Yeah, look at me now. I'm in a room with you guys. I'm gonna step up.
Oh, God. That's worse than Alcatraz. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
All right. This is the segment of the show, the final segment where we give you the 5 best sports bets to make this week.
This segment is pissing me off.
Yes. Let me give you the overall records of where we're all at right now.
This is going to be the last week for me.
So, Malin is number 1. He has 224 wins, 174 losses. He is plus 50 overall. He went 2-3 last week.
He was plus 100 before.
I was plus like 69 going into the start of the. I was up on you by like 18 games, and now I'm only 1 game up.
I am second place, 245 wins, 196 losses, plus 49. Whatever. I went 3-2 last week.
Rigged.
Nestor is 125 wins, 106 losses. He is plus 19. He went 1-4 last week.
Yeah, it's 149.
G Money.
4-1.
149 wins, 130 losses. He is also plus 19. 4-1 last week. Can we get a little golf clap for G Money? 4-1.
I would just like to point out.
Would have been 5-0 if Boston could have won that game.
Amen. Thank you.
But no.
They should have.
No.
That's our own damn fault.
Thank you, Boston.
They should have, if he had kicked the ball out as opposed to trying to take it to the hoop with 3 people there. Dumbass.
I would just like to point out that I think my record would be a lot better if Shaq was still here because he would have talked me out of picking some games just because he would have picked them.
I agree. Just by default.
This has been rough, man. This has been a bad 6 months.
We're turning a page now as we get into the NBA. So
you're only saying that because you know you're going to be number 1 next week.
I sure hope so.
Kiss my ass.
But at the same time, though, Nestor and G Money, they're both locked up at plus 19.
G Money can go first on all of these.
This just wasn't even a thought in anybody's mind that I would be hot during the NFL season.
No, absolutely not.
This is nuts.
I thought it'd be at least NBA.
Shaq would be like -10.
Could you imagine how better your Shaq would be having right now?
Oh my God. He actually had a good NFL year last year.
He did.
He's always been bad at basketball. He always made up ground. Basketball.
Let's get into the first game. So we've got tomorrow night Celtics at Heat. We will start with G Money. We'll just go around G Money and then this way around the table. So
I like it.
G Money, right? Well, we'll of course alternate, but
no, because I
gotta do that.
We can.
G Money, go ahead. Who you got here?
I like Boston. I do like the addition of Rozier to the Heat. I think in the long term, it's a much better. He adds a lot more than what Lowry gave him. I think Lowry was only giving him like 10, 15 minutes a game, if that. The man was like, 65 years old? I mean, pretty close to my age. I mean, but Boston is damn good. Aside from that little hiccup that they had where they lost to freaking, oh my God, Jokic. How the hell can you lose to a big fucking Serbian that would rather be with horses than play basketball? I mean, I just don't understand that.
With the rash.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
And runs for
But
90
no,
seconds, his whole skin turns fucking red. Wow.
I think
you ain't heard
I'll take Boston.
You ain't heard us talk about the Joker.
Boston with the money line.
With his little rashy ass.
Wow.
I am also going to take the Celtics in Miami. The Heat, they're the Heat are solid, but if we were playing anybody else, I'd pick against my own team right now because I know how this show works. But I can't pick the Heat, so Celtics will win. G, go ahead.
Can't go ahead.
I'm just gonna go with I haven't followed either team that much, but I'm just gonna go with the Heat.
Damn it, we're gonna lose.
I'm gonna go.
We all pick Boston, they lose.
I'm gonna pick the Heat.
There's some chance here. Go ahead, Malin.
I mean, I cannot believe that we lost last week to a big goddamn Serbian with chlamydia. That made me mad. I'm pretty sure he has it. That's the only thing I can think of with the skin. He's got to have it. Probably got it from the horses. But I'm still going Celtics on this. I mean, it's the Heat. I mean, really? That's a cute hat, though.
It's stylish.
We're 6,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're in the top 8.
Okay.
He wants a star. Participation trophy.
Go ahead, Nestor.
Yeah, the Heat, they're not known lately for their regular season performance. So that, and they are right now on a little losing streak. I think we lost today to the Grizzlies. So
Jesus.
Yeah, we're not doing so hot.
That's what happens.
I don't see us breaking the streak against Boston. So yeah,
in the Ring of Honor.
I
How
take
does
Boston.
Haslam go in the Ring of Honor?
Taking Boston. Okay.
What is that, like a longevity thing? That's like giving an award to someone that had to spend 7 years in high school. Like, that's Haslam going into the Ring of Honor.
Participation. It's a participation trophy.
Like, really, Haslam?
Yeah.
Next game, Saturday at 5:30. We've got the Sixers going to the Nuggets. I'm going to start first on this one, and I'm going to take the Nuggets at home. I think they've only lost 4 home games so far. So, that being said, it'll be a great game between Embiid and Jokic. See them go up against each other again. But just off of their home record, I'm going to say that the Nuggets hold down their home court. So, G.
I second the motion. Let's go with the Nuggets as well. I'm checking out their record right now, and they seem to be pretty solid. So I got a good feeling about the Nuggets. All right.
Yeah, I know that Philly beat Denver in Philly, but like you said, they got that home record, and I think Embiid's been spending himself a little bit lately. I think he might be a little bit tired for this game. Mr. Chlamydia, I think he's going to do well. So I'm going to go ahead and take Denver. Don't hate me with the chlamydia thing. It's probably true, though.
No, they have cream for that, sir.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sold on the home
they can't afford
record
that in Serbia.
of Denver.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take Denver.
And G Money.
Just apply before the game.
I'm going to hell.
Yeah.
God damn it.
When Denver played Philly in Philly and they lost by 5, I mean, Embiid had 41 points and they only won by 5. I think Embiid balls out, but they don't win the game. I could see Embiid hitting another 40, 45 points, but this time they lose. So give me Denver.
All right. And last NBA game, Saturday night at 9 o'clock. G Smooth, we're going to start with you here. We got the Kings at the Mavs. Who do you like there?
Oh boy, I'm good at picking, winners and losers. I'm gonna go with the Mavs.
All right.
Mavs. I mean, they're eighth in the conference, right?
Yes.
Kings are 7, but I think that night they'll bounce back and they'll win.
Sacramento or is it
in Dallas?
Yeah, it's in Dallas.
Yeah. I'm taking Dallas.
It's in Big D.
I'm taking Dallas.
All
We're
right.
not talking about the Cowboys.
Yeah, because that'd be little D.
Oh.
If we were talking about Dallas. Lowercase little. But we're talking about Big D. Dallas Mavericks.
Oh gosh.
Shit. Jalen's gonna email me after this show.
Well, I know I'm sweating.
No, I'm taking Dallas in this
Mavs.
game.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Mavs.
That's an easy one.
Go ahead,
I mean, look at this game.
Make it hard.
Look how it's going for them right now.
Make it hard.
Compelling argument right now.
Yeah, it's Phoenix. That's not Sacramento.
I mean, no, but yeah,
Man, you
give
don't
me.
know good basketball.
They bounce back. Give me Dallas.
There you go.
G Money.
Watch them lose.
This man's gonna take Sacramento just
Yeah.
to get me.
They don't bounce back, and Sacramento beats them.
God damn it!
I'm taking Sac. I'm going Sac Town all the way, buddy.
You would want the sack.
I'm gonna agree with G Money on
I
this
knew
one.
you would, man. I knew that you would just because you want to catch me.
I have to agree with him. I'm not gonna lie though. This
Wants to catch me.
score is not. If they were winning right now, I'd probably be like, okay, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Both
that
these
didn't-
teams are not very good right now. It's a 7 and 8 seed.
Flip a coin.
At home, Dallas. It's not even like Dallas is that much better at home. They're still just around 500. Sacramento, they're very close teams right now. Very similar. So
Losing by 30. Almost 30.
It's 27, sir. That's
3 points.
What is that, Sarasota math?
There you go.
let's go.
It'll be 30 when he hits those three-pointer.
29 now. God damn it.
Let's go to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Sunday at 3 o'clock. Malin, we are going to start with you, sir. The Chiefs are 3.5 point underdogs on the road. What would you like here?
I don't know why we started me with the NFL. This is hurtful. I'm taking Baltimore. I'm sorry.
I'm going the other way.
The reason being is that I think that Baltimore has been the best team in the AFC for the most part
So far.
throughout the whole year. Okay. Now you're a Chiefs fan, so of course you're going to disagree. You could just go ahead and put him down with the Chiefs. He doesn't even need to go. But I think there is going to be a true test with the defense between Kansas City and Baltimore. But I just think that Baltimore's defense, man, they shut down the run game. And I don't trust the wide receivers outside of Kelsey and Rice And so if you're only giving me 3.5, like if it was like 7 points, like the other game is, that would give me a lot of cause to pause and probably take Kansas City. But I'm going to take Baltimore reluctantly because I would not put money on this game. I just want to let everybody know I'm not putting money on this game. I'm making a pick.
Don't lose your money, sir.
But I'm not putting cash down to be like, yeah, I'm that confident in it. I'm not. I'm just making a pick, people.
It's all about picks.
Nestor.
I don't trust the 3.5. I'm gonna take Kansas City. I think people underestimate the defense and what Kelsey, what Mahomes can do. And
1-5.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be a really close game. I don't trust 3.5. Give me Kansas City.
See, he says that, but he thinks that Baltimore is going to win by 3. That's what he really thinks.
At this point,
G Money, what do you like?
I like Baltimore. I like their defense. I like the fact that when you look at them offensively,
next week
you think, well,
look a lot different.
They're going to run, but yeah, I doubt it. I mean, and Kansas City probably has the best defense since Mahomes has been there. I mean, if their offense had been better than it is, I would probably go with Kansas City, but it's not. You've got Kelsey and you've got Rice and you've got Pachenko. They'll stop the run because that's what Baltimore is really good at, is stopping the run. Mm-hmm. They'll stop the run. They'll force you to throw. And what they'll do is they'll bracket Kelsey and force you to throw those wide receivers. The only issue I have with Baltimore right now is that their starting corner, Humphreys, is injured. And it's doubtful whether or not he'll start. But I think they'll get pressure on Mahomes. I think that being in Baltimore, it's going to be a little different. I will say this, though, that if somehow Kansas City actually wins the game, that conversation about GOATs and everything, nobody thought that we'd have this, right after Brady retires, that, Mahomes is going to be, but he will be. He will be. Let's start talking about that. He'll be in that conversation, and it'll be a serious conversation. But I just don't see him doing it. I just don't see them. Not only do I not see them winning, but I don't see them covering the 3.5. So if I were gambling, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I am. I'd take Baltimore minus the 3.5.
All right. I'm going to take... I'll wait for a second. I just will say this. I love Lamar Jackson, and I want the Ravens to win this game.
He's taking Kansas City.
But I'm not picking against the Chiefs. I can't do it. If you think I'm going to come all this way, and at the last second...
Smart man.
I'm going to change my mind or go back on my word. It's not happening. So I will go down with the ship. I'm going to take the Chiefs in the points. However, this is a game that I would love to be wrong on because I want to see Lamar Jackson go to a Super Bowl. It feels like it's his year. This team is the best he's had his entire career. I want to see him hoist that trophy, so he's got to win this game. If not, it's going to be a huge disappointment, and it's going to be a stain on his resume for sure.
I would love for you to be wrong about this game, too.
That's okay. But if KC does advance, like G Money says, that GOAT conversation, because with this roster that Mahomes is working with right now,
but you still got to win it though.
Right? Yeah, he's got to get there and win, of course.
Because Tom Brady won some Super Bowls with some bad rosters.
Right? Absolutely. Like
he lost with some really good rosters.
Yes. Right.
But those last 3 Super Bowls he won, we're talking about LeGarrette Blount, Edelman,
he lost.
Busted ass Gronk. He won 3 Super Bowls with those people.
Yeah, Amendola in there.
So you gotta. He can't just get there. He has to win.
Right.
Got to get that hardware, baby.
He's got to win a ring with that type of roster.
Got to get it.
Right.
So, And he kind of did last year a little bit without Tyreek.
Yeah.
But this one's worse.
Yes, noticeably.
This roster's worse.
G Smooth, why is Kadarius Toney going to light up the Baltimore Ravens? Tell us.
Well, actually, since you mentioned him, you brought him up. He's still injured. Is that?
Oh, that's right. He's
good.
So that's been a blessing to us. And
Probably
to him.
sent the mob in.
Yeah.
While he was sleeping.
And hurt him. They probably did a full metal jacket on Private Pile with his ass with a sock and
Soap.
soap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can believe that. But I'm thinking the key components of this game is definitely going to be, Kelsey's going to be double coverage. We know that. Rice will be, looked after. They'll look after him and try to control Rice. But I think MVS, coming off the last game, he's going to be critical to downfield passes because he really, came alive all of a sudden. And people had wrote him off actually, and I wrote MVS off during the regular season. But he's alive and well, and he's very capable of catching the deep ball. Special teams, Richie James will also will play a big part too. We need to have some good kickoff returns. We need to have better field position. We don't need to be trying to, have a 14-play, 15-play drive starting at our own 20. We need to be on the, mid 40, 45, 50, midfield, having good field position against that Ravens defense. But Patrick's going to do what Patrick does. Patrick will love to, drop back, but if it gets pretty hectic back there, you know what he's going to do. He's going to step up and possibly run. He's not a Jackson. Jackson is the master of that. I would love to see Jackson get a Super Bowl ring, but this year,
at the expense of your Chiefs.
not this year. Not this year.
You can do that next year.
Yeah, do it next year. Do it next 5 years. Do it next year.
You're gonna get paid for a while, man.
Yeah, but I'm rooting for the game to be exciting, not to be a one-sided game. I want it to be one of those type of games where the last team with the ball will decide whether or not who's going to win.
I gotta be honest with you though, it's a 3.5 point game, so
yeah,
I don't know that I want it to be like a 27-24 game.
And that's what
that would be amazing.
I don't want that.
Best case scenario.
I don't want that.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
He gets my ass.
You don't want that. You don't want that. What I'm thinking,
I know you want it.
Yeah, I just want the W. But I stated earlier today, if Kansas City can keep the game close by halftime or have the lead by halftime, then I think the Chiefs have enough to push through that second half to win.
I remember in the middle of the year when I thought that my Seahawks had a chance of beating Baltimore, and that was ugly. We lost by like 30-some points. That wasn't good. I don't think you guys are going to lose by 30 points. Much better team because you got Patrick Mahomes, not Geno Smith. To me, it comes down to Pachenko and how well can he run against that, because he already runs angry. Like, I don't know who broke up with him in middle school or like who didn't love him
Actually,
enough.
knowing his story is
But
like,
he runs so goddamn
about that.
angry.
He runs angry. He
Like
does.
when
I don't know anything about the guy.
every step he takes
through
reminds me of Albert Hainsworth stomping on that guy's neck.
I remember
Every time he runs, man, I'm like, dude, every step you take is just goddamn angry.
Yes,
like
he's
you
just angry. Yeah, he's
just
angry.
stomping on people.
But he's
like Edward Norton, American History X, just stomping on people every time he runs a goddamn ball. It's fucking crazy.
And he gets hit, he gets tackled, and he bounces straight up. But like I said, I think the running attack would be a bonus if it happens. But if not, we have to go to just he's pass it to Pacheco. Throw it out in the flat. all these things. Andy Reid's gonna draw up a good plan. I don't have any doubts
I
on
think
that.
the Chiefs manage the game so well. Like they don't react like other teams, like the Dolphins, the Bills. No, I'm serious. They don't react. They try to manage the
and
game.
they'll make adjustments.
Definitely.
But the defense can't fall.
Right there.
Listen, defense can't. Listen, the Chiefs' defense can't. They can't fall, and they can't allow the Ravens to put up 28 points in the first quarter
while controlling the clock.
They can't.
That's the biggest.
They can't
thing.
do that.
If the Ravens control the clock,
it's
because
not.
I do not think the Chiefs have it in them to come back late.
A huge deficit
in a
like
game.
that.
Right.
Like if it's 10 points, 5-6 minutes left, I don't know if they got the firepower like they used to be able to get up and down the field like they have in the past. I think they need a little bit more time than that. So it's going to be a good game though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we miss Juju.
Yeah.
That's all I say.
You can
We
have
miss
him
Juju.
back. We will ship him back first class.
First AFC Championship game in what, 6 years?
You can take him.
Is this the first one in 6 years now in Kansas City or 5 years?
6 years.
God damn.
It's crazy.
I bet the Chiefs don't even know what a white jersey looks like. They're like, what is this shit?
What is this? Right. Yeah.
that we're
Who stole our
putting
red?
on right now?
Yeah.
All right, and then NFC Championship game right after that. Lions are 7.5 favorites at San Francisco. I think we are back to G Money at this point. Nestor, did you go first on the last one?
Did I? Yeah.
No, I did.
So Nestor.
Go ahead. Did I?
Yeah, you're right. Malin did go first on the last one.
I love
So
it.
who's
Right.
who's favorites in this game? Isn't it the
San
Niners?
Francisco by 7 points.
Yeah, no.
City, I know.
Give me Detroit. I think they're gonna make it close. Again, depends on the defense, but I think they'll keep this game a lot closer than 7. So, give me the Detroit Lions.
G Money.
So last week I went over why the 49ers wouldn't cover, the issues that they have. Now I'm going to tell you why they will cover in this game. So everybody's looking at it and they're going, well, Deebo Samuel, he's like 50-50. He'll play. My guess is there's probably going to be 10 offensive plays they designed for him. He's not going to play the whole game. He's not going to be starting. But there'll be a good 10, maybe 12 offensive plays they designed for him. Detroit, if they really want to try and beat the Niners, they're going to have to mix their defense up. They're going to have to play like a mixed zone man and get Brock Purdy to throw the ball where he thinks the receiver is open, but he's actually not. If they just play strict man or strict zone, that ain't going to work. And now on offense, their starting center, their starting left guard are both injured. They're not out, but they're injured. So my thought is they're going to try and run the ball, and actually San Francisco's very expensive D-line that has nothing but underperformed the whole season is actually going to step up. And once they shut the run down, it's going to force them to pass. That's when you're actually going to see Bosa and Young get their sacks. And what you're going to find out is Goff is who Goff is. It's the same player as he was with the Rams. You start rattling him, he's going to start throwing interceptions. You mean the Niners giving up the 7.
Preach, brother, preach.
I am going opposite. I am going
Whoa.
with my brethren here.
Uh-oh.
And I am taking the Lions in the 7 points. If you're giving me a whole touchdown with that offense to come within 7, I just can't. I mean, I really think they're going to win this game outright, to be honest. But I'm not going to take the money line. So I'm going to take the 7 points. But yeah, the 49ers have underperformed these past couple of weeks. if Debo does not play, I really think the Lions are going to win this outright. If he does play, then it'll be very close. But I think the Lions are going to do this thing, man. I think they're going to the Super Bowl. It seems like it's just their year. I think they're going to come into that game ready to rumble, and I think Brock Purdy is going to struggle because he did not impress me against Green Bay. And really, this past few weeks, I don't know, he's just been kind of meh. Yeah, I'm taking the Lions in 7 points here. So, G Smooth, what do you like?
Give me Frisco. They'll get it together somehow, whether with Debo or without Debo. With that 13th man, they're going to get it together at home. I don't see them losing this game to anyone, but they'll get it together. I think they'll win by larger than 7 points. They'll probably win by 14 or more. Don't be shocked if they win by 14 or more. So I'm going to go with Frisco.
All right, Malin.
And I want to say one thing to both games. Zebras, stay out of it. Don't be a factor in deciding who goes.
How bad is Kadarius Toney hurt you that you out here talking about the refs right now?
That's all I'm saying. Let the teams play.
He's so
let them play. Let them play in Baltimore. Let them play out on the West Coast. Let them play.
I mean, I agree.
Don't throw these ticky-tack.
Right.
Ticky-tack flags, critical moments in the game. If you're going to throw them in the first half. Second half,
right.
Let them play.
Make no sense.
Let them play.
I would
if you're
be.
Gonna throw it in the first half, don't.
Oh well, yes, but I would be shocked if both games escape that. I feel like at one of these games it's gonna be.
But what I want to see though is if you're going to throw it in the first quarter, throw it in the fourth quarter.
Right. If it's that kind of a game,
don't let it go for 2.5, 3 quarters, and then throw something.
Right.
But if it's a tic-tac penalty, I mean, I don't understand. If there's going to be contact between the receiver and the
just let it be.
Yeah, there's going to be some contact.
Just
now,
let it be consistent.
Face mask, I get it, but
they miss those all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
But just me and you contact the shoulders and that.
Right.
Let that go.
Right up the line.
That's football. So don't be the deciding factor on. Okay, this team gets penalized last minute of the game, in which caused the other team to get field goal range.
I love what the Chiefs do. Have you guys heard what the Chiefs do with their gloves?
No.
Their interior linemen and their receivers and everything, they match their gloves to the jersey of the opposing team. So I bet you watch the game, you're going to see a bunch of people with some black gloves.
I will be looking for that.
Because people do it against the Chiefs all the time too. Even Jason Kelsey talked about it in his podcast. He was like, everybody wears red gloves against us because they can't see the pull on the jersey with the glove.
Yeah.
And so I think the Chiefs are going to get away with a couple things. I think it's just hilarious. But I am going with Detroit on this game. 2 reasons. One, I'm petty, and I want Joe Biden to lay his head down and have his forehead hit the red button. And just go ahead and send Detroit anyways to the Super Bowl. But if they have to play the football game, then listen, we're talking 7 points.
7.
Yes.
And how did San Francisco's offense look last week?
Exactly.
It wasn't that great, right? When was the only other time San Francisco's offense didn't look that good during the 3-game stretch? Oh, was that when Deebo Samuel was hurt?
Right.
Oh my God, I think it was.
Trent Williams, their all-pro left tackle, was out those 3 games
He was also hurt too.
So I think it was more the Trent Williams than the Deebo thing.
I think we will see that
because they run to the left.
It's gonna be more Debo. It's the passing game that I'm concerned with Brock Purdy. Because when he doesn't have when he has 3 targets,
Right.
Samuel, Ayuk, Kittle.
Yeah.
Shanahan can scheme people open.
Right.
I'm not so much really
Right.
worried about the running game because I think McCaffrey's going to get his yard.
Yeah. Either way.
It's what happens when all of a sudden defenses can double team somebody. They don't have to leave everybody in
Right.
single coverage because you don't have your third weapon. And so we'll see if Debo can play and how honest he can keep them. I do think it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But I do think that Detroit and Goff is better offense than Green Bay. I think they're more multi-dimensional. I think San Francisco's secondary has been suspect for the last 6 weeks, even though they've been winning a lot of games. Like, they're still a great team.
Yeah.
Like, if they end up winning that game, I'm not necessarily going to be shocked. But I'm picking a little bit with my head and my heart when I say Detroit because I really don't want San Francisco to go. But I just think that this might be, as a football fan, I want this to be the year
Yeah.
that we get some Detroit mania. And could you imagine a Super Bowl with Eminem and Taylor Swift? They already hate each other. That's
No, sure in the middle.
I just want to say on that same note, how funny is it that the season opener was Detroit, Kansas City?
Yep.
And we were all like, why is the NFL
What
doing
are
this?
they doing?
And now here
Such
we
a
are.
lame
The
ass
script.
game.
Now we're seeing.
Such a lame.
Yeah.
Well, if they're going by the script, then it's going to be San Francisco and Baltimore. If they're going by the script, because if you guys heard about the Super Bowl logo and the colors,
Yeah, I saw that.
So there's like 3 in a row. The colors of
have
the
matched.
Super Bowl logo
Yeah.
has matched the teams
Right.
of the Super Bowl, and right now it's red and purple.
Oh, okay.
So it would have to be by default Ravens and San Fran because there's not a purple team in the NFC. So, but next year it's purple and green.
Green.
Or turquoise or
So
or
we might
aqua.
have ourselves a
Orange?
Raven Seahawks.
Green.
Because it's like a lime green too.
There's no
baby.
turquoise or anything in there?
There's no
orange?
turquoise.
You missed turquoise.
Damn it. Wait another year.
So if it is the Ravens in San Francisco, I'm gonna be looking at that logo and be like, oh damn it.
Wow.
Let's get
Wow. They normally have the zoo animals.
It's in New Orleans too, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let me recap all of our picks here. So, Celtics at Heat. G Smooth took the Heat. The rest of us took the Celtics. Philly at Denver. We all took the Nuggets. The Kings at the Mavs. G Money and myself took the Kings. And then everybody else took the Mavs. The AFC Championship game. Myself, Nestor, and G Smooth are taking the Chiefs and the points, while G Money and Malin are taking the Ravens to cover. And then the NFC Championship game, myself, Nestor, Malin, all taking the Lions and the points, while G Smooth and G Money are taking the Niners to cover. Does that all sound accurate?
It does. Makes me nervous though because next week I could be down 1
You're nervous.
Right.
or up 3.
You're nervous. Jesus Christ.
Stakes are high.
Every time G Money
Might be negative 10.
That's what says, son of a bitch.
Sadly,
But you haven't had a 2-year streak. Literally, it's been 2
Right.
years. Like from
Yeah.
the moment I've been on the show, I've had the best winning percentage.
yeah,
Wow.
I've had like the yeah. So
it's been a long time.
it's been a long time, and he,
Right.
and he caught me. So I'm nervous. I've been looking at it for like the last 5 weeks. I'm like, God damn it. He keeps going 3-2, and I'm going 2-3. I was like, son of a.
Sadly, gentlemen, we only have 3 NFL games left. That is just,
That's
it just
depressing.
goes
Like
like
flying.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, every year, just faster and
Yeah.
faster. Anyway, that will do it for this week's show. Is there anything else you guys wanted to mention before we get up out of here?
No.
Chris Jones. George Karlaftis. Those 2 names you'll be hearing a lot on Sunday.
Okay.
I didn't know if he was just speaking them into existence. Like, I need you guys to do something. Like it was a vocal voodoo doll or something. Like when he said Chris Jones, I was like, who the hell? Oh, he's talking about Chris
Right.
Jones.
Not Mike Jones.
Is that Mike Jones' son?
Not Jones. Not Pat-Man
All right.
Jones either. I got no Pat-Man Jones.
We are going to get up out of here. We want to thank you all for watching. We want to, of course, thank G Smooth for joining us.
Yes, sir.
As our guest here. Thank you very much. And, of course, G Money for joining us once again in the second half.
A lot of G's.
And we will have G Money here in person very soon, right? Like
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks from today.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. We are going to get up out of here. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. And we'll talk to you all next week.
See ya.
Peace.
Peace.